try to avoid even getting to the big consequences. I don't do consequences really in my classroom because we never get there. It's usually that, at the desk, a whisper in the ear, we have a sidebar conversation in the hallway in my office, and anything I can do to avoid the consequence. You're leaving me no choice, Leilani. I've talked to you, we've went over this, so after class we need to sit for a couple of minutes, okay? And then I'll sit with her and try to get her to own up to what she's doing and commit to changing so I can let her go and she saves face and we move on and none of the other kids even see it, right? But I'm giving her every opportunity to get with the program. Don't go, they hear that use nuclear bombs for nuclear moments. Don't even use nuclear bombs, period. Don't ever go from 0 to 60. Don't do that. Even if it's an extreme behavior, you're an adult, you've seen it, you've heard it all before. Don't get, oh my gosh, he did that? Just even keel, man. You've seen it all. You've probably done some of it as well. And don't make a big deal about it. You just want to take care of that behavior so they can be successful and move on. Don't over-dramatize what they do. That's what they want anyway. Well, I just did this and Mr. Green's acting like it's not a big deal. Well, it is a big deal and we're going to talk about it, but I'm not going to go ballistic because then it just ramps everything up. And then how nuclear can I get before I just run out of the biggest nuclear bomb I can find, right? They'll keep one-upping you. Whispering in that student's ear and saying, you keep talking when I'm talking, right? And what do you think that does to me? And they'll say, well, it gets you off task, it gets you on focus, whatever. Say, do you see the position I'm in? Yeah. And I've got 30 kids talking all at the same time. I can't even think. So let them rationalize it themselves, right? Rather than me tell them, let them rationalize. Well, why is this a problem for the class? Well, nobody can pay attention, or you have to keep stopping, right? If you make that noise, what does that do? That distracts me, right? Or what happens if you pop off and say something back to me? Then you've punked me in front of my whole class, right? Use their language. You punked me in front of my whole class. Now, what have I got to do? I won't do it, but I said that would force me to come back after you. I won't do that, but some teachers will. And then it becomes a tug of war right in the middle of class. And then everybody loves to see the tug of war. They don't care what the teacher was trying to teach. The idea is, what happens if they're coming in after lunch and they're squirrely? They're excited, they got lots of energy. Never happens in your classes, but in some it does. I never fall away from the strong start routine. They've got to do the threshold, they've got to do strong start. They've got to do that first. Then I find the right opportunity to say, and it's got to be constructed. I got to do it with purpose, and I have to have the idea of what I want them to do. Because I don't want to say, okay guys, it looks like you're a little crazy here, talk with your neighbor for a while or jump up and dance. I got to be real constructive on what I want them to do, and we're all going to do it together, but after the strong start, after you've done your warm-up and all that. You never want to break routine from those special routines you have in place. You don't want them to ever think that sometimes in the strong start that they can just get up and do yoga or whatever, jump up and down. But I think it is appropriate. And maybe for that class after lunch, maybe that's a routine you just build in for that 5th period class. That's what we do. And somebody says, well, when are we going to go jump up and down? When do we do that? Oh yeah, after our strong start. Yeah, there you go. And then I'll let you lead it this time, right? You brought it up, I'll let you lead it. Okay? Good. Creating consequences. You need to create some. I gave you 4 real-world examples that have happened to me more than once. And I want you to be able to write down exactly what you would do when that behavior comes up. The first one is student enters your room late for the 3rd day in a row. Behavior 2, a student is talking to his neighbor during your focus lesson when all eyes and ears should be on you. Behavior 3, during a productive group work activity is talking about outside gossip and some profanity is being used in the conversation. And at number 4, a student is playing a video game on his Chromebook during independent practice. This is a huge issue, folks, with Chromebooks, people getting on the video games. I want to know exactly what you would say to alleviate that problem. You're not getting them in trouble. You're not calling them out and cutting their legs off. But how do you get that to stop as quickly as possible, humanely as possible, and get on with the learning?